Could somebody please explain to me why LeBron James was still in the game at New Orleans tonight with 6.5 minutes left? Not against the New Orleans Pelicans, against the Skeletons, the third-string Pelicans. And don't blame Frank Vogel for this. Blame LeBron James. He puts himself into games. He takes himself out of games. He's the unofficial head coach. So they're up 13. It doesn't matter because Portland has already blown out Denver. And LeBron tweaks his ankle again. Did he want an excuse for the play-in game? They were in the play-in game. What was he in the game for at New Orleans? I have no idea. I just know this year is not feeling meant to be for the Lakers. That's why I like these guys to win the West. Thank you very much.
NBA fans, what's good? You are now rocking with the best. Rope Harris here in Studio V, and it is game time presented by Kia, here to engage, enlighten, and entertain with two players who saw plenty of postseason action. Both lottery picks. We have Dennis Scott and we have Channing Frye joining us. All 30 teams in action on this Sunday, and the day began with 17 of the 20 spots still up for grab in the postseason, and the Lakers needed some help. To avoid the play-in. So let's go roll those highlights, show you how it went down in the Big Easy. The Lakers coming in winning 4 straight.
The big drum, that's what they call him, the big drum.
AD, LeBron back in the lineup early on, heavier than Ghostface Shane. You know his name is LeBron James, looking nice. 25 in 27 minutes, Channing.
Man, listen, when he's on the game, when he's playing, he's the best player on the court. I know that seems like an easy assessment, but him being healthy means the world to this Lakers team.
Well, what mean the world to you? Like Cameron said, that's that 3 like 3D. Pose on him.
Leave it.
More Lakers. Looks like everything is flowing smoothly for the defending champions. AD had 14 in his return again to New Orleans. But before halftime, the Pelicans still in it. This game was a little bit closer than some people might have thought, Channing.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those getaway games. Nobody's playing for the Pelicans, and the Lakers are probably already thinking about the play-in game. But this move right here, he got a little bit of bounce left in them ankles.
He got plenty of bounce. More on LeBron and his ankles momentarily. And then what are we in the All-Star game? Is that T-Mac 3D?
Oh, T-Mac somewhere smiling, saying thank you, Coos.
Coos, I see you. Rare when you see that in a live game. And then this moment here, pay attention, LeBron with the spin, and he goes down. He would come up a little gimpy on the ankle. He would walk it off. However, he would not return to the game as the Lakers win their 5th straight. They win 110-98, and they are in play-in position. And as I mentioned, we talked about LeBron. We'll bring up more about that momentarily. But first, Anthony Davis on matching up with Steph Curry in the play-in.
Yeah, I mean, he scoring title. I think averaging 32. He create problems for every team. His ability to shoot the basketball, get in the paint, make his team better, find guys. It's a challenge for everyone. So that's going to be our, focus. He's the head of the snake. If we can limit him, 3-point attempts, his free throw attempts, then we have a high chance of winning. And also their role players. I mean, their guys are playing great. That team is rolling, playing great basketball. So, we're not going into this game thinking it's going to be easy. It's definitely going to be tough. But we know what we're capable of, and if we do the things we're supposed to do, then we should walk out that building with a W, out of Staples with a W, and it's going to be fun. Like I say, trying to contain, a guy who's in the MVP race who just won the scoring title. It's going to be fun for us, and it's going to be a test for our defense.
So if the Lakers won, that means the Blazers won. So we'll show you how they got it done. Dame Lillard making history early, Channing, breaking his own franchise record for 3-pointers made in a season with 251.
Man, this guy was talking about his MVP for a little while until he got hurt, but he's been the heart and soul of this Blazers team and one of the most feared guys in the playoffs.
Moves like Jay Timberlake, everything in sync. McCollum had 24 and 5 in this one. And then the Joker pretty much sewed up the MVP this season, 3D.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's done an excellent job, been consistent and been available all season.
And speaking of available, there is Logo Lillard, the deep 3. And the Blazers start to pull away. It got ugly like Bubba Sparks back in the day, and they tied. They try to close it out. Not try, they actually.
Hello, Melo, you're still getting it done.
Lillard had 22 and 10. Carmelo, you saw him. And these Blazers are postseason ready. They get the big win over Denver. Everything is in place. We'll show you the bracket momentarily. Carmelo Anthony with 10 in this one. The Blazers win their 42nd game of the season, and they are right where they want to be. And the game that everybody was talking about, check this out right here. The Dubs and Grizz, they entered looking like twinsies in the standings. Both have won 5 straight, both 7-3 in the last 10. Identical records, the points, everything was lined up. It's like looking in the mirror. So let's run them highlights. The first ever matchup between Ja and Steph Curry. They didn't play till the last season. Steph didn't play in either of the 2 matchups earlier in the season. So this 8th seed is up for grabs. Steph Curry needed 3 points to win the scoring title in 3D. He got it early.
Oh, he got it early. You know he's going to do that. And Valanciunas, you rotate too slow, you catch one in your eye.
Dancing on top of chariots and turning tight ones. I see you, Steph.
Ooh, it's alive.
Yes, it is. But Steph ain't the only one that's going to appear in this highlight, Channing. Jordan Poole, he had 3 threes and 15 points.
Man, the others for the Warriors have really been playing crazy good this little stretch here, and just taking advantage of their offensive opportunities when Steph gets double teamed.
Huge season for JV. Clearly, he's on the varsity. As Jonas Valanciunas had a double-double in this one, 29 and 16. Channing, you see what I did there? Mm-hmm. And then, like,
come on.
Hey.
You see what Draymond did? Draymond didn't even look at the rim. He knew where Steph was. Look, Draymond not looking at the rim again. Where's Steph? Moving out the basketball. This is sick right now with this man. No, you bet not shoot that. Oh, yes, he did.
Hey, like 40 and problem. He's just out here trying to function. 9 threes. Steph Curry putting on a show like he's been doing all season long. But, hey, this guy here, Dylan Brooks, he was a problem offensively and defensively, Channing.
Man, I like the makeup of this Memphis Grizzlies team. They fight every night. They have their own identity. And it's not just Ja Morant. Dylan Brooks has been an absolute bucket these last couple years.
The Grizz were active. They closed the gap with the 22-5 run, but, hey, you got to box out right there as Wiggins finishes with 21. And then Steph, 3D, what do you say?
Leave it!
Steph Curry moving without the basketball. Oh, that's nasty.
I'm sorry.
What kind of defense do they not? You better triple team that man.
Hey, shouts out to Baron Davis, who once famously showed his abs. That's what Steph was doing right there. Steph Curry, 46. That is the 38th time he scored 30 or more. This is his 11th 40-point game of the season. He wins the scoring title. Oh, and speaking of somebody who's good at what they're doing, 2 of Michigan State's finest, our Steve Smith chopping it up with Day-Day, a.k.a. Draymond, on the chemistry he has with Steph.
Talk to me about you guys' chemistry, because you can't take that for granted. That's something that you guys have built, and no matter, there's some guys that played together for years, don't have that type of chemistry.
I mean, like you said, I think it's definitely years of reps. But I think the most important thing about Steph and my chemistry is the appreciation that we have for one another. I know how much better he makes me as a player. And he knows how much better I make him as a player. And, we're constantly searching for each other. When I got the ball, he's constantly moving and searching for the open spot. And I think it's also the trust of knowing that if I get open, he's going to find me wherever I am. And so I'm always just telling him, I'm always watching the game, telling him, hey, if you go this way, I can get you the ball over there.
Interesting. Now, let's set the table real quick. The Blazers, they have the 6th spot, so that means that the Lakers are in 7, the Warriors are in 8. 8 teams, 6 games for the final 4 spots. This play-in is going to be crazy. I'm calling it the pit. Play-in tournament pit. We're throwing these teams in the pit. So this is the 5th time in the last 7 seasons we'll see Steph and LeBron go against each other. Steph Curry all-time 22 and 16 against LeBron James. 3D, Steph has had an amazing season. I know you want to touch on what Draymond just said. Touch on both what Draymond said, but also put in perspective the season that Steph had and what he's about to go against with the Lakers.
But what Draymond said, puts everything in perspective. I know when Steph got the unanimous MVP, people don't understand he was playing with great players and future Hall of Famers. There's not a future Hall of Famer on this team right now, active, currently healthy. We know when Klay's healthy, he will be. So we're watching now with him moving so well without the basketball. Draymond, I'm so proud of you being so transparent. He just gave y'all the cheat code. When I have the basketball, I'm looking for Steph. I'm not looking at the rim. I'm not looking.